Welcome dear students. In previous lecture we have discussed the point regarding with the extended surfaces, the different types of fins, and we discussed the general case of the fin in which we derive the equation for the temperature distributions on the fin surface, that theta equals to C1 e to the power mx plus C2 into e to the power minus mx. We have derived this equation in our previous lecture. So after that, in the end of the lecture, we have discussed in our syllabus we have three different cases of fin. It means we will write it down first, the various cases that we have to learn. So case 1, that is a fin is very long. Fin is very long, or we can write it is the infinitely long fin. The case 2, that is a fin with the insulated tip. And third fin is, we can write that the short fin, or we can write the fin with finite long with the convection, or we can write as the convection heat loss from fin tip, or we can write as a short fin. So we have to discuss the three different cases in today's lecture. So let us go in the discussion and the derivations of the rate of heat transfer as well as the temperature distribution profile in all the three cases. So we go with the first case. So case 1, the fin is very long. If we want to represent in some mathematical form what is the meaning of very long fin, then we can understand using the one temperature distributions diagram. Let's say we can plot the graph of x versus the temperature. If I want to represent this fin using some simple diagram, then I can represent, this is our base surface having a temperature of T0. I apply the extended surface treatment fins over here. Suppose, let's say this sign is indicating there is length of fin is very high. So this is a base having a temperature of T0 and the ambient temperature is Ta, as x is tends to infinite. So what is the meaning of this? Suppose, let's say the T0 is a temperature of base, then we can take a reference that ambient temperature over here using this discontinuous line, that is Ta. So I can represent the temperature is decreases as you can progress on the fin, but after a certain period, suppose I cannot able to represent the very long length over here, so it is reaches to nearer to the fin. It means it reaches to the ambient temperature, that is Ta. So this is a significant. It means the fin is long enough so that all the temperature difference becomes 0. Here the temperature difference is maximum, but at the end of the fin the temperature difference is theoretical becomes a minimum. In actual practices we cannot achieve the 100% temperature reduction, but in theoretical we assume that at the end of the fin the temperature difference becomes 0. So based on this physical understanding we can write these conditions in mathematical form. So let me write this condition in mathematical form. So now we write it down the conditions, physical conditions on the fin in mathematical form. So here, first condition is what? When x is 0, our temperature is T0. So our first boundary condition, when x is 0, the T is T0, or we can write a theta is equals to theta naught. Then second is at very long, it means when x equals to L, the length of fin, at that time the theta naught becomes 0 or T becomes TA. So we'll write it down, the second boundary conditions. At x equals to infinite equals to L, the T is becomes a TA, and a theta infinite, or we can write as L, it becomes a 0. So now we apply these two boundary conditions to our previous equation. Our previous equation for the temperature difference on the fin that we derived is a theta equals to C1 e to the power mx plus C2 e to the power minus mx, where x is indicating the distance from the base and theta is indicating the temperature difference. So first conditions, that theta equals to theta naught, or we can write that T naught minus TA. By applying the first boundary conditions, we get C. What is the value of x? Is 0. So e to the power 0 plus C2 into e to the power minus m into 0. Here we can also write m into 0. And we know that any constant raised to power 0, it becomes a 1. So final our equation we get, that is theta T naught minus TA equals to C1 plus C2, or in other words we can write it theta naught equals to C1 plus C2. Now we are applying the second boundary conditions. Second boundary conditions, that a theta is becomes infinite. So we'll write it down, TA minus TA equals to C1 e to the power m infinite plus C2 into e to the power minus m infinite. Now here TA minus TA, it becomes 0. C1 into e to the power m infinite plus, here it becomes 0 as it becomes 1 upon e to the power m infinite, and the answer is becomes a 0. So finally we get C1 equals to 0 from this equation. 0 plus something equals to 0, it means the C1 is also becomes a 0, because e to the power m infinite does not becomes to 0. So now we will put it down, this value of C1 in the previous equation. So we get C2 equals to theta naught, which is equals to T naught minus TA. So we will get these two conditions, or we can find it out the two arbitrary constant, that C1 and C2. So our temperature profile, or our general equation, if we put it down the value of C1 and C2 in this equation, we get the theta equals to C1 is 0 plus C2 is T naught minus TA into e to the power minus mx. In other words, we can write T minus TA equals to T naught minus TA e to the power minus mx. If we write it down in dimensionless term, then T minus TA divided by T naught minus TA equals to e to the power minus mx. So this is very important term. Now we can find it out the rate of heat transfer in these conditions. Heat dissipation can be determined by two methods. One is by consider the heat which is transmitted by the convection from surface of fin to the surrounding, and second is by considering the heat flow across the base by the conduction. It means, let us understand by the figure. So heat which is flow from the base, that is one way that we can calculate. So here it is Q conduction at x equals to 0. So using this one, we can calculate the rate of heat dissipation from the fin. In other words, we have to calculate the total heat which is flow from the convections by the convections. Let's say here it is convecting. So Q convection from fin. So in these two way we can able to calculate, but currently we are going with this one. So Q conduction at base. So Q fin is becomes that we consider the heat it is Q fin, which is equals to Q conduction at x equals to 0, or we can write as at base. So now let us we can write the equations. So Q fin equals to minus K ACS into dt by dx at x equals to 0. So from this equation we can find it out dt by dx, and then we put it down the value over here, we get the Q fin. So let us go for that. So we'll write it down the temperature equations, that T minus TA equals to T naught minus TA into e to the power minus mx. Differentiation of the above equation with respect to x. So it becomes d by dx of T minus TA equals to d by dx of T naught minus TA into e to the power minus mx. So T it is becomes a dt by dx, then dt, this term is constant, so differentiation is becomes 0. This term is constant, so we kept it out of the differentiation, and in the bracket we get dt by dx of e to the power minus mx. If we have the function e to the power ax, then differentiation is becomes a into e to the power ax. So we get dt by dx equals to T naught minus TA, here it is minus m into e to the power minus mx. This is the value of temperature slope at any x, but we need to find it out dt by dx at particular x equals to 0. So we need to put over here it is 0, so it becomes T naught minus TA into minus m into e to the power minus m into 0. So our final equation is becomes T naught minus TA into minus m. Now we put it down this value of the dt by dx at x equals to 0 in our previous equations of Q fin. So Q fin is becomes a Q fin equals to minus K ACS dt by dx at x equals to 0. So x equals to dt by dx at x equals to 0, we get this value. So we'll put it down in the equation. So we get Q fin equals to minus K ACS, then dt by dx is becomes T naught minus TA into minus m. So minus minus sign is cancelled out, we get the m K ACS into T naught minus TA. If you remember the value of m, which is we discussed in the previous lecture, that m is the fin constant, which is equals to P into H upon ACS into K. So we put it down the value of this, and we get Q fin equals to m which is equals to K into ACS under root of H into P upon ACS into K into T naught minus TA. So by cancel it out these two terms, final equations or the final expression, we get Q fin equals to square root of H dot P into ACS into K into T naught minus TA. So this is our expression to calculate the rate of heat flow from the infinite long fin.